ultimately what happens is, like I was talking about, when people start to feel anxious or when they feel depressed or when they feel stressed, it also changes chemically and hormonally in our body what's going on, which then causes us to have different triggers, right? Just like I was talking about the dopamine. If dopamine gets low, then we tend to crave certain foods, which just aggravate the situation. We might get a temporary bump in mood or something, but the long-term effects just keep us on this spiral of not doing well, keeping our body unhealthy, not supporting our immune system, not supporting our systems for energy. So eat nutritious foods. Now, there is no one specific diet, and anybody that tells you that there is missing the big picture. I have seen people do extraordinarily well on a paleo diet. I've seen people do extraordinarily well on a vegan diet. I've seen people do extraordinarily well on a Mediterranean diet, and I've seen people do really poorly on all of those diets too. So the biggest thing with foods, I say across the board, would be just initially try and move, if you haven't made certain changes, move to more whole foods. Just try to move to more real foods. So get away from the packaged foods, get away from the snacking foods, the crackers and the chips. It's okay to have some of those stuff once in a while, it's not a big deal, but by and large, 80% of what you're eating should be real foods. It's like they used to say to me, try and stay in the perimeter when you're in the grocery store. Avoid the lines, because most of the lines you're going in and out of, those are all the packaged stuff. So just try and stay in the sections where you're in the produce, you're in the deli or the meats, you're in the bakery. Now, you kind of have to, again, figure out what works for you. And this is where we work more individually with this, because everybody's diet is a little bit different. And we have to tweak it and play with it at different times. But just from a nutritious standpoint, if you're eating more fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, if you consume animal products and they feel good for you, then get clean animal products if you can. I highly recommend at this point, if you're able to, really shop local. Try and get local meats, local eggs, local fruits, local vegetables as much as you're able to. So if you're in an area where there is a farmer's market and you can access it, I would definitely do that. If you can order stuff from a local farm, definitely get that as much as you can. The general nutritional quality is always much higher when you can eat locally. But just fruits, vegetables, animal products, try to keep grains and processed foods a little bit on the lower side. Whole grains, healthy grains can be good. Some of the older grains, like even red fife wheat, can be beneficial for people, even if they're not so great with wheat. Sometimes that can be a good alternative. Whole grains like buckwheat, some of those things can all be fine if in moderation for certain people. Some people can do better with more, but I want you to play with different foods and see how you feel. But for the most part, when I'm talking about moving to nutritious foods, get rid of packaged stuff. That's the first step. Just minimize the stuff that's really empty calories. Just move to